Supergirls, welcome back to the Hero Whispers podcast. Oh my God, today you're going to meet my favorite queen, Sloane. But before I introduce her, I just want a quick 4-on-1. This is Jeannie Marie, your host and founder of Supergirls.com. That's 2 L's, the second L for love, and host of this amazing podcast, The Hero Whispers, where we bring these fantastic women from all over that have inspiring stories to really help you walk in your own power and be bold and find your voice. So Supergirls was created to inspire young college women to launch from college to life. So we're in the business of inspiration, people, and I like to bring you amazing talent that just helps us build it and build it and build it. And today, I have my very own coach and mentor for my book that I talked about last week on the show, SLOANE KETCHAM. She is the author. She is a national speaker. She is an author, a best-selling author of many books. But my favorite one, Beautiful Girl Doing Hard Things. Okay, that was her first amazing one, and there's many more after that. She's a killer. She's a believer, mom to 3 humans and 1 SHI-POOH, multi-passionate entrepreneur, coach, author, speaker, and founder of the Call to Collective Tribe. Her mission is to help women turn their pain into purpose to courageously pursue the calling on their lives. Over the past 10 years, she has chased her dreams with reckless abandon and has been able to build a brand, business, and life that she is totally proud of. She says, I've gone from a teen mom to a multifaceted business tycoon, best-selling author, professional speaker, and international coach. Over the years, I have had the opportunity to be featured on numerous podcasts, virtual summits, live in-person events, and more. There is truly nothing I love more than a really great collaboration through the power of stories. Sloane, thank you for being here today, all the way from Hawaii, people.
Oh, my God. I am electrified by you, my love. I can feel the power of this virtual, online, on the phone, whatever it is, space. It's like electricity is going off. And I am just so humbled, blessed, honored, excited to be here in your presence and with all of the Supergirls listening. I am just so happy to be here. Thanks for having me, love.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad I was able to get some of your time because you are a busy bitch. You are busy.
Yeah. It's been a busy time, for sure.
Oh, my God. So guys, she is my coach and my mentor on my book. And she is like, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Like, when I met her, I heard about her, and I was like, yeah, she sounds like I think I can, relate to her. And when we got on the phone, it was just like electric love, instant love, electric love, like she said, yeah. Electrify. And I knew that I was like, she could inspire me to do this. Like, I don't know why, but it just, it took a while before I got to this spot. But like, she's like, she just, whatever. She has this uncanny power to motivate people. So I guess I want to start with your first book, which is amazing. Beautiful Girl Can Do Hard Things.
Yes. Oh, my gosh, Jean, thank you. First of all, yes, whatever y'all are feeling right now, it is real. Because when I met Jean, too, I was like, oh, my gosh, she's my sister from another mister and another sister. Like, it was just kind of crazy. So, because we believe, right, Jean, that all boats rise with the tide, that we need more women, empowering women. Like, those are not just hashtags, they're real life. So when you meet people that are synchronistic, I made up that word, I don't know, then you just know that you're home. And I think that's what happened when you and I met. And so, yeah, listen, so the first book, I just had to say that, sorry. The first book is Beautiful Girl, You Can Do Hard Things. And honestly, it's 9 really short, sweet, succinct chapters that truthfully, you guys, you beautiful ladies, I actually wrote it for my daughter, right? Like, she was going through a challenging time. She was, entering into her teenage years. And I just thought maybe one day she'll read this. And I wanted to share with her, like, what are the lessons what are the stories that I have in my heart that I say over and over again to women all across the world, but what do I really want to teach my daughter? What do I want to give to her? And ultimately, the theme of it was like, hey, you can do the hard things. We can lean into the hard moments. That the truth is that life is not going to be easy. Nobody said it was. And if you have an easy life, then sister, tell me what your secret is. Because I need to know. We were created, right? We were created to go through some fire. And I think as women, it's just a part of our life. And so I was on this search in my younger self. God, I was like, oh, one day it's going to get easy. One day it's going to get easy. And don't get me wrong. We have moments of joy and that we worked hard for that are full of ease and grace. But we all know that the things that are hard, the things that challenge us the most, those are the things that oftentimes give us the biggest gift and the biggest rewards. So that's what the book's about. And it's been a fun ride. It's been a really, really cool thing to be able to finally craft that, put it out into the world with my daughter in mind, but then realize that it was for so many of us. It was for so many of us. Just that little reminder that we can do all those hard things.
Well, I mean, the thing is, yeah, I mean, you wrote it for her. That's so cool. But it was such a different skill set for you because you were doing another business. Yeah. Like she was running this really cool boutique in Hawaii, living the dream. Mm-hmm. And then you pivoted. You became a young mom. Pivot, love that word. Young mom. And then you turned this into this like I read, like this unbelievable multifaceted business. I mean, what is that? Like, what is that superpower that you jumped through all these hoops? You know what I mean? You climbed up all these obstacles, like these different things that you did.
Yeah, resiliency. I think we all have that superpower. It is in us, innately, in our guts as women, I think. It's that art of resourcefulness. I talk about it in the book as well. And resiliency. And when you put those two together, it's unstoppable, right? That's the thing that's the message of, like, you can do hard things. It's like, hey, yeah, I did. I had lots of pivots, right? Like, where I am to, it's that whole thing around, like, this is not an overnight success story. And let me be the first to tell you that I am still on the journey. I am on this journey, and I will always be on this journey. But to get to where I am today, blessed to wake up every day and do things that I love 90% of the time. Let's be honest there, right? Like doing things like this, like being on, talking with amazing women like Jean and those things, like they give me life, right? But it wasn't always the case. There were many times in the book I'm like, I start off the chapter with like being on the garage floor, like crying my eyeballs out, I've had a really extensive lesson in entrepreneurship. I did, and it was, but it was the art of resourcefulness that my dad taught me when I was a young girl. He was the guy that I watched, at times I was very blessed to watch him, like, pull engines out of bushes, and then create, like, a car out of it, or, like, this was pre-YouTube, and part of that was because of the resiliency. My parents were hard workers, right? So I don't come from a silver spoon. Nobody gave me anything, right? And so when I wanted to become an entrepreneur, almost out of necessity, because you heard Jean mention I was a young mom, so I was a teen mom. My oldest son is 22. I had him when I was 16 years old. And if that doesn't teach you something, then I don't know kind of what will, right? So I really had to hone in that mindset of resiliency, like, hey, okay, this is the current situation. Like, this is the hard thing that I'm in right now. But that doesn't mean I have to stay here. That doesn't mean that this is my circumstance forever. I'm not going to let those naysayers and the people outside telling me what my life is going to be. I'm going to co-create that and decide what that is for myself. And that's resiliency. That's getting back up over and over again and saying, okay, well, here's a problem. How do I solve it? And so, yeah, that's the pivot story of my life that then snowballed into what I am and what I do today.
Yeah, I mean, it snowballed is like an understatement. I mean, it's like you took this, you took the success and you said, okay, people, don't fuck with me. I'm going. Okay, I'm going hard. All right, like hard things. Wait, so you wrote the book, and then you started speaking. Was that the order? Did you write the book and then start speaking after the book?
Good question, Jane. No, I was already speaking, already leading workshops. So long story short, is I had a boutique and had women come, and one of my big things was to feature other women in the store. It became this collaborative space. And out of that, I started doing workshops and dream vision boards. Remember when that was cool? Vision boards and this and that and whatever. Long story, right? Now you can do a vision board on your phone. It's so funny. Anyways, long story short, ended up, partnering with nonprofits, small business administration, et cetera, and just naturally started to find myself speaking in front of people, women, teaching, training, whatever I knew, and just saying yes to a whole bunch of opportunity. I did not have a book, was just speaking from my experience. And then this is the story. It's so funny. This is how life will show up for you all. Like, it's just the weirdest things happen, right? So all of a sudden, because I've been, putting myself out there, and can I just bring it down a notch? Back then, like literally the first time I was invited to speak was in the back of an IHOP. Like an IHOP. And there were like three people, okay? There were like three people. And back then I said, sure. Like I was like, yes. Whatever.
Why not? Yeah.
Like,
exactly. Bring it.
Bring it. I will go to your IHOP. I do not care.
You know what? Wait, I didn't even know they had IHOPs in Hawaii. Yes. It was like one of the first ones too. It was like one of the first IHOPs, and like, anyways, yeah. So that's right. You have a Hawaii connection, don't you? Okay, sorry. Sidebar. So, anyways, I said yes, and what happened was all of those little yeses opened up an opportunity for me. I get a phone call one day, and it is a woman that everybody in the community knows, right? And she asked me if I would come and speak at her event. She said there's going to be like 500 women there. It's like da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, yes. Like, I didn't even know this woman knew me. But here's what happened. Here's the funny thing. She said, yeah, because you know what? Our main speaker, who we were going to fly here, she's actually stuck in Canada. And so, so-and-so and so-and-so said to call you. And you're not busy, so you'd probably be available. And I was like, nice.
Oh, you get that feeling like, oh, I was second choice, But I was like, again, the IHOP, resourcefulness, resiliency mindset. I did not care. I said, great.
You really didn't care. You didn't care how you get there. You're just
so
there.
Sad that she can't make it. Yeah, so sad she can't make it. And then here's what my short end of the long story is. I go and Google this woman. She was supposed to be the speaker, right? So I Google her, and she's like international this and that. She's flying from Hawaii to Canada. She's like, all these things, and she has a book, and this is what her book thing is. That's what she's going to talk about. And I was like, well, okay, I have nothing. I have no book. Nobody knows who I am. I'm just a little girl from the North Shore of Oahu with like 2,000 people that live here. Oh my gosh, I have to write a book. So Jean, in a weekend, I wrote a book. And that was actually my first book, Living in Your Light, 7 steps to clarify purpose and something around that. Sorry, I forget.
You did it in a weekend. Okay,
ago.
So I'm sorry. I did
it in a weekend.
I thought Beautiful Girls was Beautiful Girls was your first book.
Second, no worries.
This is better. But this is a better story because I'm even more freaking motivated to get my book done now.
There you go. That's what motivated me. And everybody's going to find their different motivation here or there, right? You have to understand what works for you. And then once it does, it's like something washes over you and your book will just pop out.